Hey guys, I'm SartorialPhil. Welcome back to my channel. I've been meaning to do this perfume review and now I'm just getting to it. So this is a relatively new perfume house called Arpa Studios, and I really like the concept and the packaging. They call it the Institute of Synesthesia. I ordered two to try, and part of the reason why I had this delay is because there was some packaging issues. The two I got here are from their Hero collection, so it's from their original line because I think they released more. So this is Recedere. The other one is Fosforo. And they're all made in France. So what the packaging comes with is of course the bottle. It's in a dropper bottle, so these don't come with the spray bottle. In addition to that, it comes with like a decanter. So this is where what you can do is you use the dropper to fill this partially full, and then this dipper, you would dip it in and then you could dip it on your skin to apply it. And then lastly, they give you a funnel. I don't really see the use of it because it already comes in a dropper, so you can easily just drop it in, but I suppose if you want it to make sure nothing is spilled when you put it in, you can use the glass funnel. So let me just walk you through what's in the packaging. So it comes in a pretty large box, larger than most perfume bottles would come in, especially these are 50 milliliters, or I believe that's around 1.7 fluid ounce. So it opens like this. There's some information on what the perfume is. So you can see the different ones they have here. I think they're all based on a destination was the inspiration for these scents. This one I think is, as you can see here, is inspired by Japan. And then on the other side here, so this is where the dropper bottle would be, that's where the glass funnel is. And then here is an additional, it's a glycerin soap bar that encased the glass container, and it is scented. I don't think it's super strongly scented, but it's scented with the corresponding perfume as well. So it's like a negative case. So it's two pieces. I suppose you can use them separately. But what happened with the packaging was that because this is so heavy, it actually ripped the packaging, and I think when it tossed and turned, what happened is these glass bottles actually rolled underneath it, and you can see here that they're not full. They actually spilled inside the box. But luckily I was able to work with the distributor and we came to an agreement. So that was unfortunate, but I still like the experience. This was probably just like a shipping and handling issue. So both boxes are fairly identical except for the different information inside. They both have the glycerin bar, the glass funnels, the glass containers, and of course the droppers. So on to the actual scent. Let's start with this one first. And this one is Recedere. So this is the one that's supposed to be influenced or inspired by Japan. So you can also just use a dropper like this. The liquid feels a bit more oily, as you would expect. So these retail for 266 euros. I think in the US, depending on which store you can get them at, it's around $280 to $300. So the liquid is definitely a little bit more oily because it's supposed to be an eau de parfum, which means it's much more concentrated. So this one is very woodsy. There's some sweet notes to it. It's like cedary with some sweetness. But on the dry down, I do remember the sweetness goes away and it does smell more like cedar shavings. This is the other one, which should be Fosforo. So this package had the same exact issue, which is why you saw that some of the liquid, it's not full. So this one's also inspired by Japan. It's supposed to have, you can see the top, middle, and base notes here. So So again, it has definitely more of an oily texture than a watery alcohol texture, but I believe it definitely has alcohol in it to help it dry faster. This one is much sweeter than the Recedere, but it does still have a base note of wood, but it's just a lot sweeter. So as Recedere is drying down, it's a lot more woody. The sweetness is almost completely gone. It's fairly smooth, but I think it's definitely a more traditional masculine scent because it definitely is on that drier wood side. Whereas this one, Fosforo, still retains some of the sweetness even on the dry down, but it does start to become a little bit more woodsy. So I almost feel like this one's more unisex, but that's all relative. It just really depends on what type of scent you prefer. Some people like more floral scents, some people like more orangey, and then some people like what I would say heavier scents that is like woody and musky. So I think the packaging is really nice. I don't know how practical this is, especially where there's no spray, and I feel like quite a bit's gonna evaporate every time you use this. But I will say the scents are really strong. It's quite concentrated. I don't think you would even want more than a drop if you're wearing it, especially on your skin. Even one drop with the heavier scents like these two could be too much, depending on where you put it. I definitely would not recommend putting these on any type of clothing since it's not atomized too. It's a dropper, so it's not a spray. But overall, I like the experience of it. I'm probably gonna try the soap, the glycerin soap bars. And then with the winter season coming up, I'll definitely put this into my rotation. And that's my video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos and check me out on Instagram for the latest updates and exclusive content. Hope to see you in my next video.